everyone. My name is Vivian Chen. I'm an associate professor from Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. This presentation is about a project my co-author Dr. Benjamin Lee and I worked on that uses virtual reality to study intergroup contact. Virtual reality allows people to take the perspective of another individual through embodying an avatar in virtual environments. Embodied perspective taking has been studied within various contexts. This study, we focus on the effects of racial embodiment in virtual reality. The current literature has shown inconsistent results for the effect of embodying a racially different character in virtual reality. Some studies found race embodiment decreased prejudice, but some others found it actually increased prejudice. We think that this may be because of the factors such as participants' feeling in the VR experience, as well as how participants related to the embodied VR character. To address the research gap about the embodied VR character, we propose the first research question, which is, what are the effects of self-embodiment and other embodiment in VR on intergroup attitudes? To address the research gap about the balance of interaction in VR and prejudice reduction, we then look into contact theory. In the literature, research has argued that negative intergroup contact may predict prejudice, and positive contact may predict prejudice reduction. However, there's just not enough studies to actually conclude on the effects of contact valence on prejudice reduction. So to address both research gaps identified in the VR and intergroup contact literature, we've proposed the second research question. What are the effects of positive and negative contact valence in VR on intergroup attitudes? To answer the research questions, we designed a 2x2 between subject lab experiment. We recruited 172 Chinese Singaporean participants and randomly assigned them into embodiment of a Chinese or an Indian virtual character and interact with the other racial group members in either a negative or a positive way. The pre- and post-test measures include intergroup attitudes, stereotypes, intergroup anxiety. The post-test also includes feelings during the VR experience and qualitative feedback of the VR experience itself. These are different screenshots taken from the VR stimuli. In the first section of the VR experience, participants would embody a worker who represents either the in-group or out-group member. On the left, you will see the other out-group embodiment condition, which is an Indian character. On the right is the self-in-group embodiment condition, which represents a Chinese avatar. Participants are free to interact with multiple objects in the scene, and this was done to induce body transfer. So participants are immersed in the embodiment conditions. In the next scene, participants then are transported to a park where they're told that there's trash on the ground and they'll be disposing of them into the green bins at the side of the track. When participants complete the final task, they would hear a crashing sound. Their view is then directed to a lady who has fallen off her bike. The ethnicity of the lady depends on the embodiment condition, and her expression depends on the valence conditions participants were assigned into. The screenshot on the left shows an Indian ethnic lady assigned to participants who embodied a Chinese character. In the positive valence condition as shown, the lady is polite, respectful, and requests for help from the participant. The screenshot on the right shows a Chinese ethnic lady assigned to the participants who embodied an Indian character. In the negative valence condition as shown, the lady is rude, tells the players to leave her alone, and just wave the character away. 4 scenarios were created in total to reflect the 2x2 manipulation. We ran mixed ANOVA and follow-up pair simple t-tests. Results showed a trend towards valence having a significant improvement in participants' attitudes and reduction in negative stereotypes and intergroup anxiety. Specifically, these results were noticed among those in the positive valence condition. This was in contrast to the embodiment variable, where there was a significant improvement in participants' attitudes towards the outgroup for those who embodied the outgroup in the VR experience. So the results confirms that the emotional valence of VR contact leads to different prejudice reduction outcomes. To be more specific, positive intergroup virtual contact is associated with improvements in intergroup attitudes, negative stereotypes, and intergroup anxiety. Embodying a racially different outgroup member in VR is associated with improvement of attitudes towards racial outgroups, but there's no effect for negative stereotypes and intergroup anxiety. This is the current results. We are still working on the study and the paper. We do acknowledge a few limitations, which would be, for instance, we don't know how long will these effects last, and we also do not fully understand what exactly happened in the embodiment condition. Future research can also look at possible behavioral measures instead of self-report scales that we've actually used in this study. And that would be all. Thank you. If you have any questions or feedback for us, please either leave a comment here or send us an email. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the conference.